Hi everyone, how you doing today? I am Mark, and this is episode 22 of Path of Exile Betrayal. We are in the den and we are heading for our confrontation with Groost. We did some stuff with Silk last time, and now we're just looking for the way forward. And I'm sure we're going to run into a bunch of monsters in here to kill. And we're also going to find the way forward. Or the exit to the den, I should say. So, I'm going to kill monsters, find the exit, and if I discover anything else interesting, I will let you know. We made it through the den and into the Ashen Fields without really encountering a whole lot. It looks like right away here we're going to find a essence and then some form of Immortal Syndicate encounter. I'm going to grab this waypoint and then we're going to go ahead and do those two encounters. So let's grab take care of that, and then we're ready to go take on that Immortal Syndicate stronghold. Yep, stronghold.
Don't expect our previous dealings to save you now.
This path, Cora.
Okay, we can go inside, kill off these totems, and well, Tora's already dead, so there's a dagger. We're going to start picking up all the daggers to try and get our actual build going here, and let's deal with Tora.
A huntress who doesn't know her environment is a...
We're just going to up her rank and
I appreciate it.
figure out what she has to say. Get some intelligence. So I happen to know that, well, I think I know that we can go generally this direction and find our encounter with Groost pretty easily. I heard something drop back here, so let's just check and see if it was interesting. It was not. Because this is the same zone as the old fields with just a little bit of different appearance. And before we get there, I'll actually probably level up that gem that's ready to go. There's a little bit of lore here. I don't know if this has anything to say or not. Ode to Wraeclast. Some bandit type making an offering to Wraeclast. So here's our encounter. Let's see if we can ding that last gem before we go in. We can. I'm going to grab that. It's 4-link. And it is the right armor type for us. So before we go in, recall Frostbomb, we just have to be careful about over-leveling that, and we can always level increased duration. So we're going to face off against Groost and Wraeclast in the Fortress Encampment, which used to be the town in Act 2. And this is actually not a too awful fight, as long as you're a little bit careful. Just have to look around and be aware of the stuff coming down from the sky at all times. That is Groost there. And Groost goes down. Grab that. And
Turn away the tyrant's face, and kingdom end without a trace.
Sin comes down, grabs Wraeclast's spirit, and we can talk to Sin.
When you try to control everything.
And avoid bleeding and 25% reduce physical damage over time, which is really mostly bleeding. I think I'm still happy with our current choice, so I'm going to just keep moving. The next place we go is the Northern Forest, and this is going to lead us to Arakali's temple, and we can also meet Alva out here on the causeway eventually. But before we do that, we have to get through the Northern Forest. We have a waypoint right away here, and there are a couple things we need to do here. So before we actually go through this, I want to go back to town for a minute because I believe we have maybe another quest. I could be mistaken. At the very least, we can talk to Aramir.
You are a hero of the modern age, succeeding where even the ancient Val could not. I must say I'm really quite relieved. For a while there I feared we were headed towards another theocratic dictatorship. Exile allowed me to be free of one. I had no wish to experience another. You deserve to be rewarded for your efforts. Here, something with a little insight would suit your purposes nicely.
So we get a skill book from Aramir. We'll go ahead and spend that immediately. And we are headed for Cold-Hearted Calculation. Once past there, we're going to go down to Assassination and then up to Trickery. Wow, some nice lag today. So basically we're going to follow this bottom path. And then I think we go around this life node to Coordination. Don't quote me on that. I'll have to check our build. I'm going to take a quick look around, see if anyone has anything else to say. They all do.
I be missing me granddaughter something terrible. You know, I used to tell Lily bedtime stories till she fell asleep in me arms. She loved the ones about Kishara, a tough-as-nails Val lassie, said to have explored every coast, cove and bay of this blasted continent with the help of her star. Some nifty artifact she nabbed from somewhere on her first voyage. Young Lily, she were fascinated by Kishara's star. Said to be fair humming with thaumaturgy, able to guide its mistress wherever she be fixing to journey. Methinks me granddaughter liked to imagine that one day she'd hold the star in her hands and explore the outer reaches of this world. Oh, I'd dearly love to see her again. But there ain't no way of making that journey with nothing to show for it. She looks up to me, does Lily. So, I'm reckoning that star might put a smile on her pretty face with such a gift in hand. I'd maybe have the guts to go visit my granddaughter instead of skulking here like some craven ghost. That's if some kind and brave soul fetched it for me.
Okay, so he wants us to go fetch some artifacts so he can make friends with Lily again.
Into the most dreaded of thickets you must go, I'm afraid. For there Gruthkul the Despairing sulks and schemes. The Val laid waste to her kingdom, and placed her slaughtered children at her feet. Grief enveloped Gruthkul, transformed her, flooded her mind with a singular thought, to share her suffering with those who had murdered her daughters. Though she has returned, her sanity has not. There is no fury like a mother bereaved.
Okay, another god to kill for sin. Oh boy.
Yes, I know of Gruthkul, the grieving mother. She featured quite prominently in some of the Val texts I restored during my time at the museum in Theopolis. After the deaths of her children, Queen Grethkull fled north, eventually finding respite amongst the refugees of her own shattered realm. Yet these loyalists saw their own queen as a weapon, a tool for vengeance. They nurtured her pain, transfiguring sorrow into hatred, hatred into violence. Like a grizzled bear, Grethkull descended into animalism and ferocity. Yet her caretakers foolishly underestimated the agony their bereaved queen harbored in her heart. Like a bear caught in a trap, Grethkull wrenched free of her human loyalties and slew her followers to the last woman and child. Through devastation, Grethkull ascended to divinity. Grethkull's pain has transcended ages, and she will vent that pain upon any and all she encounters until her grief is finally laid to rest.
Man, Aramir, you do go on a bit.
Fare you well.
Talk to Helena.
Yes, I thank you. Though I loved him, I know Groost was lost to me the very moment he touched that vile abomination. I will weep over his passing for many more nights to come, but I am happy that you avenged his honor and freed him from his torment. There's an Asmeri shrine tucked away in the northern forest. Groost took me there, told me it was a memorial to those who had gone before him, a place where their spirits could rest. When he passed, he wanted his remains to be laid to rest with the bones of his people. His body, I find it difficult to even think about it, but I doubt it will ever be recovered. Yet there might still be a way. He gave me his necklace, the fangs he earned when he rose from boyhood to manhood, handed it to me for safekeeping only moments before Wraeclast. It's almost as if he knew what was to come. Please, could you deliver this necklace to the shrine for me? Put Groost's spirit to rest? I would do it myself, but the journey to the northern forest is not what it was. These lands have changed, and not for the better.
Okay, so Helena has a little mission for us to do as
Go
well.
With courage.
I am gonna ID.
Blessings.
We got a veiled item in here somewhere. Oh, and we have one from... Oh, I never unveiled this. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and unveil... Oh. But I did unveil this. So this had 2 veils on it. This was an item we got from the safe house, and it apparently had 2 veils. So let's unveil it again. I did not realize that. Let's go ahead and do attack speed and quality. It's not a weapon we're ever going to use, but I'm just unveiling whatever we can unveil. And we'll do this sword that we got. Increase physical damage, chance to blind on hit. That is nice. There are some really interesting mods available through this. The rest of this stuff, will identify this dagger. Not a great help to us, but the rest of that I'm going to throw in my dump tab so we don't have to deal with it right now before we head back out. We need to keep that. We'll throw our currency away and throw the essence away, and then we're going to head back out to the northern forest. And here we have to find the Dread Thicket. If you think back to Act 2, we did pass the Dread Thicket, and there was really nothing to do with it in Act 2. It's always been sort of this little dead-end place, but now we have things to do there. And we also have to find the Asmeri Shrine, which is also in this zone. So, a couple things to find in here. We also are going to find the way forward, which is the causeway. And I'm going to do that, and if we find anything interesting along the way, I will let you know. Here is the entrance to the Dread Thicket. I am going to go ahead and bypass that for now. I want to find the shrine first because we end up picking up a whole bunch of items in the thicket, and I don't want to carry those around until we've cleared all this other stuff out. And of course we find the shrine right away. Nothing bad's going to happen here, of course. We just triggered a little fight. So we can go back to the Dread Thicket and take care of this. I'm going to recast our almost dead golem. Dread Thicket is a dark and twisty place. There are a whole bunch of these shrines to Wraeclast in here. I believe that's who they're to. I don't know if they have anything useful to say. I'll take a look at one. We also, looks like we have sulfite in here, so we're going to have to do a good bit of searching around. So let's go ahead and start our journey. The shrines are to Arakali, not to Wraeclast. No love for Wraeclast. Let's see if they have anything to say. It's a shrine to Arakali, and it talks about Wraeclast. Looks like Wraeclast and Arakali don't get along too well. I'm not going to read all that. It's really long. And you can see we have the quest markers for some items we need to pick up here, which this is a bit of a weird timing issue. We pick up these fireflies that Yena's going to use later on the causeway, and I'm going to pick it all up now because I don't want to come back here. And we also pick up some sulfite.
Good find, Exile.
And here's the first firefly we pick up. And that does give us, I think we should get the quest. Lighting the way, search the Dread Thicket for the remaining fireflies. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to spend a fair bit of time here because I want to get all the sulfite and all the fireflies, which means
Exile.
We're going to explore almost all this. And it's pretty dark, and I'm not sure how well this is going to record, so I probably won't show a lot of this. We do have an encounter with this unique golem. Who was guarding a crafting recipe. Fire damage rank 2.
Just discover the truth of this world.
Okay, that was something. We found a research lab for the Syndicate, and we killed Leo in there, or captured Leo, I should say. So let's bargain with him and get some intelligence research. And we're getting pretty close here. 96% on research, so
You're a smart one, Exile.
he is not going to drop any useful items for us, but I'll take that bow. We'll head back to the Dread Thicket. I did find all the fireflies in here for Yena, and you can see they take up a fair amount of space in our inventory. So let's go ahead and kill Wraeclast in the den. And before we do that, we can go ahead and spend our point, which we're just going down this line. So, Wraeclast, this fight is really dark, and I'm not sure how well it's going to show up. Because you really don't want to get hit by Wraeclast. And that was really easy. Wraeclast, not Wraeclast.
Thus I release you from motherhood's rage.
Sin comes back.
The tragedy is that
Oops. We get another another minor soul. Physical damage reduction for each hit you've taken recently to a maximum of 5%. I still like Tukohama, but we have options.
Hello.
So let's go ahead and head back out to the den. Then we're going to head back up to the Northern Forest and find our way to the Causeway. And the Causeway, in addition to all the regular quests, we're also going to meet Alva there, who is the next master that we have to deal with. And she is going to show us incursions. We're going to find another strongbox. And this is actually a different strongbox. 3 packs of monsters, increased quantity, increased rarity, 3 rare monsters, and a stream of tormented spirits. So, I haven't really talked about the spirits, but spirits actually can sort of possess rare monsters and grant them abilities. So, this might get hairy. We'll see. I suspect we're going to kill things so fast it's not going to matter a whole lot. At this point, we're just waiting for the spirits. And we pick up a bunch of random stuff. And I'm actually going to pick up a bunch of random stuff.
No beast of burden.
While we are in town, let's go ahead and talk to Elena and to Aramir and get our quest rewards.
I feel I have failed my...
Oops. I am so used to doing that. Let's see. We have Strength Dex. I think our Strength is okay. Our Dex is really our problem. So Strength Dex again is not a bad choice.
You are like the frog that strikes the fly faster than I can see. No, carry your bright bags to Arakali's gate. We will meet there and brew our fire dew. Not here. Too much to burn. Too many to make blind.
Okay, so she's just telling us we have to take our fireflies elsewhere.
To live.
So the grieving mother sleeps once more. Her story has come to fascinate me, and your conquest of her makes for a satisfying dramatic climax, don't you think? I'm but an old man, living vicariously through your life. As history seems intent on repeating itself, I should record it in a book. An historical account of the goddess Grethkohl and the legendary champion who defeated her. Yes, the title needs a bit of work, but it will suffice for now. Here, consider this offering as an advance on the royalties we shall reap post-publication. That is, if there is anyone in Wraeclast who can read.
And we get another book of skill from Aramir. I'm going to ID this quickly. Int, cast speed, life. Oh, all resist. That's not bad. I'll work on that. It might be useful. Throw it in here for now. Go ahead and take our skill point and move along our skill tree down to... just to make sure I'm not doing something stupid. Yeah. Assassination. And I'll just run down here, make sure no one else has anything to say. Nope. We are back on our way to the Northern Forest. I'm pretty sure that is our exit to the Causeway. So the Causeway is sort of a Vaal-like area. It has all these sort of stone architecture like we saw in the Vaal Pyramid way back. And I happen to like that style. It's also over water, as you might expect from a causeway.
Just in time.
And, oh, we have Alva the Master Explorer to talk to. So I'm just going to clear the way real quick. Make sure we can talk to her in peace and see what she has to say. Okay, Alva, what are you going to tell us?
I found a way to blaze a trail to the legendary temple of Arzoatl.
A spell cast upon these ancient waystones, triggered by the blood of the Varl. I've got some in me, you see. This spell will take you into days past. Once there, keep the portal open by slitting a few deserving throats. The longer you stay, the more I learn about the location of the present-day temple. Once we find it, we'll have all the time in the world to collect its many treasures. That's why we need to find the temple in the here and now. Be careful what you do while you're there, however. Any move you make ripples through time, changing things in this day and age. Well, what are you waiting for? Go make history.
Okay, so the way this works is, this is a rough map of the area we're about to enter, and there are 2 bosses in here, and killing the bosses can have an effect both on the overall temple and on the creatures in the temple. As you can see, killing this architect is going to change the halls into the guard room and increase monster pack size throughout the temple, which means more drops. This architect is going to change this room to Shrine of Empowerment, which I don't actually know what that... Oh, it increases the speed of monsters throughout the temple. I see. So we can probably want to kill him, but we also want to open this door because that is going to unlock... we have to find the Stone of Passage, and I don't remember how to do that. And that'll unlock the path on this map to the storage room. We already have that, so it's not a big deal if we don't succeed, but that's going to be my goal because I want to try and remember how this works. I did not play a lot of Incursion League. It was I was kind of burnt out on the game at the time. So let's go ahead and see what this incursion looks like and see how far we get.
It's time.
And we have a bunch of monsters to kill. And you can see there is one of the bosses ahead of us here. Alright, there's our Stone of Passage, so we want to head down this way as fast as possible. Killing more monsters gives us more time. And we unlock that. It's not a big deal because it was already open, but that's the goal.
Good job, Exile.
And whatever you kill inside, the drops end up outside, so you can grab them all. No treasure was lost.
Good to see you survived your first incursion. Wise idea handing the room over to this architect. More blood to shed means more time in the great temple. Behold, the spoils of war. Listen, these blood spells are fickle things. They must be performed under certain conditions. Days of the week, stars aligned, that sort of thing. I'll scout out a new location to perform the next ritual. Find me, and we'll continue our venture.
So we have 10 more incursions remaining to unlock the entire, what we want in the temple. And we did get pretty much our perfect combo here. We got the increased pack size we wanted, and we opened the extra passage, which, isn't great, but it's fine. So let's go ahead and move on. We want to get done Act 7 today, if possible. And this zone is relatively long, so I am probably going to skip a bunch of this in the final cut. Okay, I guess we're doing more incursions, and now that I look at it, we have 3 incursions in this area to do. So, we'll do that.
I knew you'd find me. You and I were 2 coins in the same purse. Your last foray got us a little closer to finding the temple, but we have a ways to go. Hope you're ready for another. Look familiar? This is the temple as you left it last time. Every new incursion changes this map of mine. With enough under our belt, perhaps the temple's current location will be revealed.
Okay, so our goals this time are... I don't really want the Tempest Generator. I would much rather have the Gem Cutter Workshop because that gives us chestfuls of gems. And I want to unlock one of these 3 doors. Ideally, I want to unlock this door because that's going to connect... Well, either of these 2 doors will do, actually, because they're going to connect it to already connected areas. So that's our goals. Let's go ahead and enter the Incursion.
Could be a good staging ground once we've found the temple in the present day. Let me know if you've got space for me.
And we can invite her to our hideout.
Great. I'll see you there.
And we're going to enter the Incursion.
It's time.
And we're going to immediately start fighting because this is a timed event. And we're going to head for this boss because he is the one we want to kill. There's our Stone of Passage. Oh, that hurt. And I'm going to open this quickly. That gives us one of the things we need to do. I'm just going to kill more monsters now because that gives us more treasure. Oops, that is a dead end. We are going to run out of time. We have done a pretty good job of clearing that. Not much there we want.
Zalatul will surely reward us, if inadvertently, for placing them in control of that room. The temple looms closer with each new step. Find me again, and we'll continue our task.
And as you can see, this changed to the Gem Cutter's Workshop, which is exactly what we wanted. And it's also connected to the rest of the temple. So we'll continue, find Alva again. And there is a crafting recipe up here and the waypoint. So we are getting close to our cold damage rank 2. That's not bad. There's our waypoint. I'm going to keep looking around for stuff. Okay, we had a really short caravan, and it that fled led it, which we managed to kill before he got away.
The hive buzzes with voices, but it is all alone. Let it go.
Sure, we'll promote those 2. And they go to transportation. Yeah, Guff is in transportation. So, and we're close on transportation. We're also close on research.
The hive grows.
It is just a bit strange. So, one more time, we'll try and find what we came here for. I get the feeling this might be a long episode, because I really do want to finish. Tormented spirits currently, so we can either upgrade this or we can change it to the trap workshop, and I don't know what that does, as traps throughout the temple, and I don't really want to do that. So we definitely want to kill this guy and not this guy. And we do want to open one of the doors just to connect this up. So we'll upgrade this. That means more tormented spirits, I guess. So let's go ahead and enter.
It's time.
Upgrade that gem, and we'll go. I can see right away, there's the guy we want to kill. Oh, man. Remember when I said our resists were really bad? Our resists are really bad. Okay, now we need to find a stone that we can use to unlock the door. There's our Stone of Passage. And we just want to unlock this door, because that goes to the Gem Cutter Workshop, and all we care about is unlocking a door. Now we can just kill some more monsters. I think that monster kill bar is new, actually. I don't think that was there before.
Good job.
We did okay. We didn't really kill all the monsters we could have. But, you know, that's fine. So, now we have leveled our Frost Bomb up to require level 36. Next level will require level 40, which is too high for our cast when damage taken. So we're going to right-click this and ignore it from now on, theoretically. Talked to Alva one last time.
I suppose you have your reasons for wanting Samoto's prison to grow, but I can't for the life of me see why.
The temple looms closer with each new step. Find me again, and we'll continue our task.
So ideally, we're going to find a way to the apex. We're getting close. And we have 8 incursions to finish it. So I'm going to keep looking again for Yena and the actual goals of this little trip. And I see a quest marker there, which is Kishara's Star, which I guess we're going this way. Oh, and I'm an idiot. Arakali's temple is actually not on the causeway. I do this every time I come here. We actually have to go into the Vaal City to find the temple. And the Vaal City is basically an outdoor version of the Vaal areas. It also has this cool architecture. And I'm going to explore this and find the way forward because I really do want to finish this quest line and act today in this episode. Okay, we have found Yena at the Arakali Temple. And along the way, we killed a bunch of monsters, gathered a bunch of treasure, and I did go back and turn in Kishara's Star to Waylon because I wanted to get that out of my inventory, and now we can get rid of all the fireflies and talk to Yena.
Fireflies, so bright and juicy with flame. Now for the right. I warn you, stand back and be not afraid of what you see. And be not afraid for me. The spirit guides and protects. Though I may change, I shall still be, will always be, Yena.
So, Yena turns herself into a little squirrel-type creature and burns her way into the Temple of Decay, opening the door. And I forgot that the Temple of Decay is actually really long, so it looks like we will not finish this today after all. Because we have to get to the bottom of the Temple of Decay, and then we have to fight Arakali and save Silk, and do all that before we move on to the next episode. So I am going to call this here and pick up next time pretty quickly and move forward into Act 8. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help. Hit the notification bell if you want to hear when new videos go out, and I will see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.